Hi, my name's Rita McGrath, and I live in Farmington, New Mexico, a rural community. And I did my practitioner research about 4 years ago. I did it on teacher retention and the support teachers need to stay in the field. It was important to me for many reasons. I felt like the teachers, we were having high turnover in our area and in our state. There's very few applicants in the pool when there's an opening. It could be zero. At least there might be a few in there, but no one that they're willing to hire. And that really spoke to inequality to me for students throughout the United States. There are some areas that have 300 to 600 applicants for a job opening, and they can pick the best, but not here in New Mexico and not here in Farmington, New Mexico. We have very few to pick from. So I felt like it is a social justice issue for our students and also for our teachers that come into the field. The support seems lacking at times, and I don't think that's how we treat people. And if we want to keep them in our field and in this wonderful profession, there are some changes that could help, that could be done that would help retain teachers. It's social justice would look at how people are treated and are they paid for what they do. And the pay issue is a big piece of why we don't retain teachers here, but there are other reasons also. For my research, I chose a person that was a first-year teacher. She came in as, she did not have a teaching degree. She had a degree in communication disorder, and then she was starting to do the teacher licensing. I can't think of what the name of it is.
Alternative licensure?
She started to do the alternative licensing for New Mexico, and she, after a couple of tests and signing up for some more classes in education, she was offered a job and was put into a third grade classroom. And I wanted to see what her support was, and if I also supported her, if that would help retain her as a teacher. It was a pretty rough class for her at the beginning, and I do think that some of the support I gave her, just being part of the research, was helpful. She had many, many hours that she was able to talk to someone, and I think that was a big piece of it. Someone that really understood what it is like to be in the field, in a classroom, and so forth. She was taking some education classes that provided some resources for her and support. The district had something they offered her, and they sent a teacher in to help her. And this is something that is kind of available. Seldom is it ever used, and it turned out to be a real breaking point for her. The teacher, it was a Title I, paid by Title I. She came in, she observed, and then she modeled. And then the teacher had a time the next day, they planned the next lesson plan, and then the teacher got to do it, and the person from Title I was able to observe her and give her feedback. It turned out to be a good relationship, and that she was just going to come in a few times. She ended up coming in throughout the semester, and it just as a real solid resource. and it turned out nice. So that teacher now is has been successful, finished 3 years, got her teaching license, her final teaching license. She now is teaching English as a foreign language in Prague, and so she's using her experiences in different ways, but she wants to teach, and that's the beauty. Part of my research said if we can keep teachers for 5 years, we'll have them, and so she's on about her 4th year, and I think we'll keep her. And so that's really great. I think that even though I have not done as much with my research as I've wanted to, I haven't made big differences, but I have spoken up for the situation in New Mexico, the lack of teachers, and what needs to be done. In my job, I consult with teachers, pre-K teachers, and we have a hard time finding qualified, good pre-K teachers. And the thought is, in this position and in what I find usually in education, is that we'll train them when we get them. But I would like to see the training happening on the forefront before they come into the classroom. I think that'd be social justice for children, that they have a well-trained teacher. And I think there are things we can do. We have a lot of outlying areas in our community that they have high schools, and I think we need to start in the high school, start better programs. People that are well qualified to teach those programs for teacher education, and I think scholarships for those people so that they can stay in their communities. Communities that are 60 miles out, we have a very tough time getting teachers for, and it would be nice if we could help the people in the community get their education and then come teach for us, and we'd like that. And I think that lends itself to social justice in the way that the children get taught by people that are from their culture and from their that know them, that know the families. That would be a beautiful thing, instead of shipping people from Indiana to come to New Mexico to teach. So,
thank you, Rita. Do you mind sharing the things I learned this year? Do you remember that? Do you remember Amanda's and yours?
Oh, yes. We developed a little bit of a poem, and the teacher, Amanda, she wrote this poem, What I've Learned This Year, which is actually taken from another poem, and she just changed the words. It was influenced by William Stafford's poem, Things I Learned Last Week, but this was her thought on what she's learned this year. Any support is good support. We just need enough support. As long as there's no negativity, as long as it stays positive. There is so much negativity about teaching and what's going on. There needs to be more, keep going. It is a great profession, instead of can't wait till retirement. I would like support from administration to be treated as an adult, to be listened to when I have suggestions or ideas. I want to feel valued. I would like to have the advantage that a veteran teacher has, knowing how to get funding, more opportunities, etc. I don't want people to think, well, she's new, she has to do it our way. I want to be able to teach different ways. My mom was available in the first couple of months. She helped me put the classroom together. She's been a good outlet, someone I could talk to, and she's talked to other people that gave me other resources. I had my teachers, but they had to talk about their stuff too, so it was nice to have someone just listen to my stuff. It is nice to get an outside person's advice. If I had a husband or boyfriend, they would get sick of hearing about my work. Schools want parents to get involved, but then teachers say, oh, we don't want parents at parties and things. I wish we were all on the same page. I wish the job of the teacher was understood. Parents and administrators don't understand everything about teachers. Do we understand parents and administrators? It is hard to not be thinking about my students when trying to go to sleep. I still think about them as I go to bed, but at least I can now usually sleep. You have to listen, fix their problems, give them a Band-Aid, help resolve a conflict, and take roll all in the first 5 minutes. We have to do it all. There is so much more to teaching than multiplication. I have great students and families. It is so nice to hear someone say, you are doing a good job. When a parent says that, that's the best ever. I think I'm good at some stuff. I've been told I have instincts that are pretty good. Other teachers help me a lot. It is overwhelming. I've learned a lot about relationships and words. I've learned how to talk and deal with people. Thank you.